Of this session, you will be able to join the Illinois Works Bid Credit Program. So, my name is Dr. Jeff Doolittle, and I am with the Center for Governmental Studies with Northern Illinois University. I'm also a training analyst and program coach with Illinois Works. And for the presentation today, I'll be your virtual producer and helping facilitate. Our primary facilitator for today is Rebecca. And Rebecca, would you come on and introduce yourself?
Of course. Good morning, Jeff. My name is Rebecca Bailey. Most people call me Becky, but I use Rebecca in this setting as it's my official email address with the state. I've been in the construction industry for now about 20 years on both sides of the desk, and I'm the Senior Bid Credit Program Manager. So I appreciate you spending your morning with us to learn about the Bid Credit Program.
Thanks. Thank you, Becky. All right. Well, Illinois Works and its programs were created as a result of Governor Pritzker's historic $45 billion capital plan and his commitment to expanding the construction workforce and equity in this important sector of the Illinois economy. The Bid Credit Program is part of the Office of Illinois Works, administered by the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, DCEO. And this exciting initiative creates opportunities for Illinois businesses like many of yours. And during this session, you're going to learn how. You can actually earn. The Illinois Works Bid Credit Program will allow you to earn up to $334,000 in bid credits, virtual dollars, per Illinois Works graduate that you hire and retain. Now, the above dollar amount is based on the proposed earning rate for an electrician for the full 6 years of the bid credit program eligibility. The wages were calculated based on the Northern Electrical Contractors Association, the contract with the Illinois International Brotherhood of Electrical Contractors, IBEW, in Northern Illinois. Now, I want to explain that these are not 334,000 of actual dollars, but virtual dollars as specified in the Illinois Works Job Programs Act, which is the law that's governing this and created this program. In this webinar, we will talk more about these virtual dollars and how that they can help you win bids for the state-funded construction projects. And please note that during this webinar, materials reflect drafts that are proposed, not effective until the department adopts them in administrative rules. And you can earn bid credits only when the rules are actually approved. So today, we will answer the following questions for you. How did Illinois Works come about? What is the bid credit program? What are the eligibility criteria? How can you earn bid credits? How can bid credits help you win a bid? How do you access bid credits to use them for bidding? Number 7, how can you network with other contractors and subcontractors? Number 8, what happens if you win or lose the bid? Number 9, is this just another crazy bureaucratic program? And number 10, what's the catch? So, throughout the presentation today, you probably are going to have questions or thoughts. We'd ask that you write those down. And at the end of the presentation, Rebecca and I will go through and read those questions that you type into chat and make sure that we answer them today. So we'll be using that to capture the information and follow up with you today. Please note that this session is being recorded. You probably heard that as I was starting, and it'll be made available for review on the partner guide, Illinois Works Partner Guide. We will now be sharing a link in the Illinois Works Bid Credit Program page in the chat for you, and you'll be able to access this later today. Again, I want to make note that during this presentation and this webinar, materials reflect the draft proposals that are not effective until they're adopted into the administrative rules. So if you need to contact us with comments or feedback or questions, you can email us. Our email address is now available in the chat, and you can see it on the screen. So throughout the presentation, if you don't get a chance to post it into chat or you have a question that comes up after the webinar, this is how you can get a hold of us, and feel free to post a question into that send a question to us as you have those that come up. At this point, I'm going to now hand it over to Rebecca, who's going to walk us through these questions and the answers to the questions in the presentation.
And thank you, Jeff. We'll start with question 1. How did Illinois Works come about? The Illinois Works Jobs Program Act was passed in 2019 and instituted the program we will be discussing today, Rebuild Illinois, which equals construction projects and construction jobs. The Illinois Works Jobs Program Act created a new bureau at DCEO that is dedicated to the construction industry and the building trades. The Illinois Works team is focused on developing a qualified talent pipeline to help ensure long-term sustainability in Illinois. The Illinois Works team is a passionate and committed individuals with specific expertise in creating opportunities for qualified community members to earn credentials valuable to the construction and building trades. Through the Illinois Works Career Services team, those individuals can be connected to hiring contractors and subcontractors. The Illinois Works programs are implemented by the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, DCEO. Illinois Works is aligned with DCEO's mission to support and maintain a climate that enables a strong economy for their customers, being taxpayers, businesses, workers, and communities, by keeping, attracting, and growing businesses, maintaining a skilled workforce, and enhancing communities so that the climate here is one in which businesses, both small and large, and their workers can succeed to the greatest extent possible. To learn more about DCEO, the website link is now being provided for you in the chat. You can also find additional information about the Illinois Works programs, which are specifically designed to support construction and the building trades, on the Illinois Works Contractors resource page. The Illinois Works Contractors resource page answers the following questions. Do you want to earn bid credits to make your bids more competitive? Do you need to strengthen your business's talent pipeline? Do you need to comply with the Illinois Works Jobs Program Act? Do you need to hire talent for your construction business? A link to the Illinois Works Contractors resource page is now being provided for you in the chat. Once you register for the Illinois Works Bid Credit Program, you will automatically be subscribed to the Bid Credit monthly newsletter. This newsletter includes announcements, the upcoming training schedule, graduate profiles, and participating contractor information. The registration form to sign up for the Illinois Works Bid Credit Program is now being provided for you in the chat. The Office of Illinois Works oversees 3 different programs that focus on equity and to support a talent pipeline for the construction industry and the building trades. Each program represents a critical piece to a puzzle that creates a unique and innovative workforce model. Let us review each of the 3 key programs. The Illinois Works Apprenticeship Initiative creates the job demand. This program opens the doors of opportunity in the construction industry and the building trades for Illinois residents. The Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship Program creates the pipeline of diverse and qualified candidates to respond to that created demand to fill job opportunities with diverse candidates. The Illinois Works Bid Credit Program creates the incentives to hire and retain these Illinois Works pre-apprenticeship graduates. All of these programs together focus on helping communities and supporting the construction industry and the building trades. Ultimately, Illinois Works connects the community members who graduate with construction building trades through the Illinois Works Career Services team. Question 2, what is the Bid Credit Program? The Bid Credit Program incentivizes contractors to hire and retain Illinois Works pre-apprenticeship program graduates. These graduates are from a diverse pool of candidates who create a highly qualified talent pipeline. Employment and retention of these graduates allows contractors to earn bid credits to be used on future capital projects funded by the state of Illinois. Please keep in mind that Illinois does not only fund large road and bridge projects, but most importantly, small to medium projects, many between $500,000 and $1.5 million, to build community centers, schools, college facilities, community clinics, sewers, and water systems, just to mention a few. Bid credits can be earned on any project, public or private, but can only be redeemed to bid on future state-funded capital construction projects. So the Illinois Works Bid Credit Programs allows the contractors and subcontractors to earn bid credits to use towards these future projects. Bid credits can be earned for employing any qualified apprentice who has completed the Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship Program on any public or private project. Annually, the DCO bid credit team will determine the bid credit rate, and it will be posted on our webpage. Finally, the bid credits that you earn will be monitored and maintained in the bid credit bank. This works as an actual bank and tracks all activities related to the bid credit program. We have made a focus to make this experience for contractors seamless by the use of the latest technology. A link to the Illinois Works Bid Credit Program webpage is being provided for you in the chat. To better understand how this works, let us take a look at an example. How many bid credits can I earn on a single graduate? Well, first you would hire a pre-apprenticeship graduate. That pre-apprenticeship graduate you can earn bid credits on them per wage dollar for every hour that they are worked. Once we receive documentation of that payroll and it is verified, those bid credits will be deposited in your bank. Step 2 is to retain that graduate for 90 days or 700 continuous hours and earn the $3,000 hiring incentive. Again, once you will submit documentation confirming that you have hired the graduate for this amount of time, and once verified, those bid credits will deposit in your account. From there on, there will be bid credit incentives for every year of promotion for your apprentice. These incentives include a $2,000 incentive promotion when your apprentice is promoted from year 1 to year 2, a $2,500 incentive when promoted from year 2 to year 3, a $3,000 when promoted from year 3 to year 4, a $3,500 when promoted from year 4 to year 5, a $4,000 when promoted from year 5 to year 6, and a $4,500 incentive when promoted to a journey person. Now, please note, bid credits can be earned on any Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship graduate for up to 6 years or until they become a journey person. So as we look at the table that's on the screen, you can see the top row is the payroll bid credits that were awarded to the apprentice each year that they were employed for up to 6 years. The second row is the hiring incentive, which is earned after the 90 days or 700 hours of continuous employment. And the third line, or the third row, is the promotion incentive that can be earned annually as the apprentice promotes from year to year. So on the fourth row, you can see the total for each year, and on the fifth row, you can see the accumulative total. So for that single graduate, the employer that hired and retained them was eligible to earn up to $334,000 worth of bid credits on that single graduate. And again, those bid credits will be deposited in their bank for them to use to bid on a future state-funded capital project. So once you have enrolled in the bid credit program, you will receive regular communications from the Illinois Works team regarding your bid credit account. Each time there is a transaction, the participating contractors and subcontractors will receive an email message confirming the transaction details. These details or this information could include the amount of bid credits awarded, the date of the bid credit award, the date the bid credits will expire. If you requested a certificate, it will include the certificate issue date and expiration date, and the amount of bid credits used on the certificate. This allows all participating contractors and subcontractors to track their transactions. Please note the Illinois Works Bid Credit Bank account functions just like a real bank account, and you are able to review all pending and approved transactions at any time through your contractor dashboard 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. In your bank account, the newest transactions will be at the bottom of the bank account with the balance on the right. Your bank account will show all bid credits, both deposited or awarded, deducted or redeemed, and any adjustments for returned bid credits. So now we move on to question 3. What is the eligibility criteria? Contractors and subcontractors may participate in the Illinois Works Bid Credit Program by registering with the program using the contractor registration form provided by Illinois Works. In order to participate, the contractor must do business in the state of Illinois, complete the contractor registration form, and hire an Illinois Works graduate who is enrolled in a DOL RAP or sponsor them in a DOL RAP. For more information about eligibility, a general overview, or a quick reference on the Bid Credit Program, we have a one-sheeter available for your review. It provides a summary of the main program information. A link to the one-sheeter is now being provided for you in the chat. To become part of the Bid Credit Program and to earn bid credits to be used to bid on future state-funded capital projects, you are required to complete the contractor registration form. You will be requested to enter your information, and once approved, you will be assigned a Bid Credit Bank account number and be given access to your contractor dashboard, where here you can see all your transactions in your bank account. If you have any questions about how to complete the contractor registration form, please enter them in the chat and we will answer them at the end of the webinar. We would like to make note that when you register, we ask that you use your full company name, a primary email address that is a generic one in which multiple people in your company have access to, and your FEIN number without the dashes. We also ask that you include all construction trades in which you work for use on the contractor registry. Your company name, your FEIN number, and your bid credit bank account number should be submitted in the same format for all forms that you submit to the Bid Credit Program now and in the future. In addition to the Bid Credit Program newsletter we discussed earlier and the Bid Credit Program one-sheeter, the Bid Credit Program's webpage and the Illinois Works program will also provide the following monthly trainings. Currently, the advantages of the Illinois Works Bid Credit Program, which is the informational webinar we are in now, is repeated monthly. You can see the schedule for the upcoming dates on our webpage. We expect in Q2 of 2025 that we will begin producing the Effectively Using the Bid Credit Program, which will be an instructional webinar for all contractors staff for them to learn how to use the Bid Credit platform. And finally, in Q3 of 2025, we plan to release the Bid Credit's Responsibility for Awarding Agencies webinar, which will provide guidance and instruction for all funding and awarding agency staff on how to accept and award bid credits. Again, information on all these trainings can be found on our webpage. For the current offerings, a list to our webpage is being provided for you in the chat. Question 4, how can you earn bid credits? The Illinois Works Bid Credit Program allows you to earn bid credits on any project, public or private, for use towards a future bid to increase the chances of a contractor or subcontractor to win the bid. Bid credits can only be used to bid on capital construction projects funded by the state of Illinois. Contractors and subcontractors may be eligible to earn bid credits by employing qualified apprentices. So what is a qualified apprentice? Well, a qualified apprentice has graduated from the Illinois Pre-Apprenticeship Program, is currently enrolled in the USDOL Registered Apprenticeship Program in the construction trades, and is 6 years or less from the date the graduate first enrolled in the DOL RAP program. All prevailing wage construction trades are eligible for bid credits, and on January 1st of each calendar year, the Bid Credit Program team will post on its webpage the list of all construction trades and the amount of bid credits in which they are eligible to earn. The bid credit earning rate will be reevaluated and published on the webpage annually. These rates are calculated from the DOL prevailing wage trades, and as soon as our rules are approved, the current 2025 rates will be posted on our webpage. Contractors and subcontractors who employ a qualified apprentice will need to submit to us a bid credit apprentice report by the 15th of each month for work that was performed by their qualified apprentice. How does this work? If the apprentice worked on a state-funded capital project, the Illinois Works Bid Credit team will have access to the certified payroll already submitted to DOL for your qualified apprentice, and will use that as a verification to award your bid credits. If your apprentice worked on a project that was not a state-funded capital project, but actually a private project, you will need to provide the Illinois Works Bid Credit team with a certified payroll report so that we can verify the payroll that was paid to your qualified apprentice in order to award your bid credits. Bid credits will only be processed for work performed no more than 3 months prior to the request being submitted to the Illinois Works Bid Credit team. Requests for bid credit incentives for hiring and promotion are required to be submitted within 90 days of the hiring date or the promotion date for the promotion. Once the bid credit apprentice report has been processed, Illinois Works will notify you of the total amount of bids awarded and deposited into your bid credit bank account, the date in which those bid credits are deemed earned, and the date in which those bid credits will expire. Once again, you will have access to your bank account to see all transactions using the contractor dashboard link that was provided to you when you first joined the program. The Illinois Works team will process bid credit requests for work performed as long as there are no extenuating circumstances, such as apprentice submitted is not an Illinois Works graduate, or the Illinois Works graduate is already a journey person, or we have no certified payroll to verify the payroll submitted. Following the request submittal, Illinois Works will send an update email allowing you to know the status of your request. These statuses could be that your request was approved, that it's still being reviewed, that more information is needed to process it, or that it has been declined and the reason why. Contractors can see their own bid credits on their contractor dashboard. They can also view all Illinois Works Bid Credit Program registered contractors in the Bid Credit Registry. On a monthly basis, the Illinois Works Bid Credit team will publish a registry on its webpage of all active bid credit contractors and subcontractors, as well as the amount of available bid credits each of them have. This registry will also include the contractor or subcontractor's address, contact information, union affiliation, size, and any minority or other certificates in which they hold. This resource is important because it allows you to see who has earned bid credits so that you can pool your bid credits with other contractors or subcontractors to make your future bids for capital funded projects more competitive. So now we'll take a look at the bid credit rates. Again, the bid credit payroll rates are still being determined by our rules, but we are confident that the bid credit incentives will be as the following. There will be a $3,000 hiring incentive and an annual promotion incentive for each year for up to 6 years until the apprentice becomes a journey person. This information, again, is posted on our webpage and can be viewed at any time to ensure that you're getting the latest and most up-to-date information. So now we'll move on to question 5. How can bid credits help you win a bid? Well, bid credits are virtual dollars, and we like to think of them like credit card reward points. If a contractor earns a bid credit, it means that that virtual dollar earned can be used to bid on a state-funded capital construction project. Virtual dollars remain as such and are never converted into real dollars. Bid credits can be earned on any project, public or private, but can only be used for bids on capital construction projects funded by the state of Illinois. The program offers the opportunity for contractors to earn bid credits by hiring and retaining Illinois Works pre-apprenticeship program graduates. And once earned, the contractors can submit the bid credits as part of a competitive bid for future capital projects funded by the state of Illinois. So how can a bid credit impact your bid? Well, your base bid is the value of your bid before any available credits are applied. Once bid credits are applied to your base bid, the lowest effective bid is calculated. The lowest effective bid is the value of the base bid minus the available bid credits. The awarding agency is required to use this lowest effective amount to determine, amongst other consideration, which bidding party will prevail in securing a contract for a construction capital project funded by the state of Illinois. In short, the contractor with the lowest effective bid should, unless there are other circumstances that prevent it, be offered the opportunity to accept the contract at the base amount that was submitted by the lowest qualified and responsible bidder, and thus earn the contract. The contractor can at that point decide if they want to accept the project at the current bid amount or decline. This is where bid credits can strengthen your position. Again, bid credits do not change the contract amount, they only change who is allowed the opportunity to accept it. So let's look at an example and see who would win the bid. If a qualified contractor or subcontractor's bid includes their submitted bid credits, is lower than the bid's lowest responsible bidder, the qualified contractor or subcontractor will win the bid, and they will get paid the amount of the lowest responsible bid. So in this example, a capital construction project with an estimated total project cost of $1 million will have a 3% bid credit maximum, or $30,000. This particular project will have three bidders: ABC, DEF, and GHI. These contractors will bid the following. ABC will bid $1 million total bid and include $15,000 worth of bid credits, giving them a lowest effective bid of $985,000. DEF will bid $1,250,000 and no bid credits. So essentially their lowest effective bid will remain the same as their base bid at $1,250,000. GHI will bid $990,000 and zero bid credits, again leaving their lowest effective bid to be the same as their base bid at $990,000. So in the traditional bidding setting, GHI would be the winner as they have the lowest base bid at $990,000. However, with bid credits, ABC has lowered their bid essentially to $985,000, making them the lowest effective bid. So in this situation, ABC will be offered the contract amount at $990,000, which was the lowest base bid amount received for the project. At this time, ABC can choose to accept the contract amount at $990,000, and their bid credits will be cashed in, or they can refuse the contract and their bid credits will be returned to their bank for them to use again towards another bidding opportunity. So in this example, we discussed the maximum bid credit percentage allowed. So let's take a look at that. The maximum amount of bid credits that may be used for a specific project when bidding on a public project are as follows. 3% of the total project cost for projects that are less than $5 million. 4% of the total project cost for projects that are less than $50 million but more than $5 million. And 5% of the total project cost for projects that are more than $50 million. Now, please keep in mind these bid credit maximums are included on all bid credits submitted for the project. So if you're a contractor that is subcontracting with multiple other subcontractors and include their bid credits, this percentage will apply to all bid credits submitted for the same project. So question 6, how do you access your bid credits to use for bidding? Well, once again, your bid credits are maintained in your Illinois Works Bid Credit Bank account. This bank account, again, is an electronic system that Illinois Works uses to track all participating contractors and their bid credits and bid credit transactions. So each contractor that participates in the bid credit program will have a bid credit bank account to track their personal bid credits and their bid credit transactions. So the Illinois Works team will process the bid credit request for work performed no more than 3 months prior to submittal. Contractors and subcontractors who seek bid credit incentives for hiring and retaining a graduate must submit the apprentice report no more than 90 days after the qualified hiring date or promotion date. Each month, the Illinois Works team will publish on its webpage an updated registry of the active bid credit program contractors and subcontractors, as well as their amount of available bid credits as of the last day of the preceding month. These bid credits awarded or deposited will expire within 10 days from the date in which they are earned by the contractor. At the 10-year period, if those bid credits have not been used, the expired bid credits will then be removed from the contractor's bank account. So once you have employed your Illinois Works graduate, you can request again the 2 different types of bid credits, either payroll or incentive, for the same graduate in which you employ. This is accomplished by submitting the bid credit apprentice report. This request has been streamlined to utilize the information that the contractor already reports. The bid credit apprentice report must be fully completed with the following information: the graduate or apprentice's information, which includes their name, their IWRS 6-digit graduate ID, and the last 4 digits of their Social Security number. The apprenticeship information for your graduate, which requires their DOL RAP program type, program name, and their current apprenticeship year. Their employment information, which requires their wage classification and their employment type. Their payroll information, which includes the project information and payroll information, including the payroll dates and gross wages. And for promotions or incentives, the hiring date and acceptance letter or the promotion letter from the DOL RAP. In order to use your earned bid credits to bid for a state-funded capital construction project, you would need to submit a bid credit certificate form. When contractors or subcontractors request a bid credit certificate to be used for a bid on a specific project, the bid credit certificate will be immediately issued, and it will identify the amount of available bid credits that the contractor intends to use for the project. This bid credit certificate may only be used in connection with a bid for the specific project for which it was requested. The bid credits requested by the contractor or subcontractor for the bid credit certificate will be placed on hold in your bank account until the bid has been awarded and the award status has been updated by both the contractor and verified by the awarding agency, or the certificate expires. Please note that the same bid credits cannot be used for more than one bid at a time. Bid credit certificates will expire after 90 days unless the contractor requests an extension from Illinois Works. To access the bid credit certificate request, a link is now being provided for you in the chat. So effective in 2025, all invitation for bids for capital construction projects funded by the state of Illinois will include the acceptance of the Illinois Works bid credits. This applies to all state agencies, state grantees, and state loan recipients. This acceptance will follow the maximum allowable percentages based on the dollar amount of the base bid submitted. If you want to use your earned bid credits in conjunction with a bid, you will need to attach the bid credit certificate specifically for that bid. Your bid credits are then used to lower your base bid to help you outbid the lowest qualified and responsible bidder who did not use bid credits by at least $1. The contractor with the lowest effective bid amount should be offered, unless other circumstances prevent it, the opportunity to accept the contract at the bid amount that was submitted by the lowest qualified and responsible bidder who did not use bid credits. If the awarding agency receives multiple bids from contractors who submit bid credit certificates, The contractor with the lowest effective bid amount will be selected as the prevailing bidder and will have the opportunity to accept the contract at the lowest base bid amount. If the awarding agency determines that two bidders have the same adjusted bid value, all pre-existing selection criteria will apply to select the winning bidder, and the awarding agency will use its own pre-approved rules to determine this bid winner. So let's look at another example of who would win the bid. In this example, we have a state-funded capital project with an estimated project cost of $1.5 million. So this project will have a 3% bid credit maximum or $45,000. This project will have three bidders, again, ABC, DEF, and GHI. ABC will bid $1.5 million and include $45,000 worth of bid credits, lowering their lowest effective bid amount to $1,455,000. DEF will bid $1.5 million and include no bid credits, again creating their lowest effective bid to be the same as the base bid submitted at $1.5 million. GHI will bid $1.5 million and include $37,000 worth of bid credits, giving them a calculated lowest effective bid amount of $1,463,000. Again, in this setting, all bidders have the same total base bid amount. However, DEF will not be considered as they did not include any bid credits in their bid amount. ABC will be offered the contract as they have the lowest effective bid amount with their bid credits, reducing their bid to $1,455,000. In this case, ABC will be offered the contract at $1.5 million as it was the lowest base bid amount received for the bid. In this scenario, if ABC decides to accept the contract, they will have their bid credits cashed out of their bid credit bank account, and GHI, who did not win the bid, will have their bid credits returned to their bank account to use again for a future capital funded project. So now we move on to question 7. How can you network with other contractors and subcontractors? Well, as I'm sure you know, networking is the act of making connections to build relationships based on mutual outcomes. Networking with other contractors or subcontractors can give you the leverage you need by combining and pooling your bid credits. Multiple bid credit certificates can be combined in a bid for a project. As a general contractor, you must use at least $5,000 worth of your own bid credits to combine your bid credits with other contractors or subcontractors. Each contractor or subcontractor must submit their own certificate for the bid when combining with others for a bid request. If you submit a bid credit certificate for another contractor or subcontractor on a bid, you must use that contractor or subcontractor on the project if you win the bid. If that contractor or subcontractor decides not to participate in the project after the bid is submitted and won, they cannot get their bid credits back. The Illinois Works team will deduct their account and deduct the amount of bid credits used to win the bid. In the event that a subcontractor is disqualified by the awarding agency after the bid is awarded, the credits contributed by the disqualified subcontractor will not be returned, and Illinois Works will debit their account and deduct the amount of bid credits used to win from their bank account. So let's look at another example and see who would win the bid when we have combined bid credit certificates. So in this bid, we have a state-funded capital construction project with an estimated total project cost of $1.5 million. This project, again, will have a 3% bid credit maximum or $45,000. This project has three bidders, ABC, who will contract with XYZ, DEF, who does not have any subcontractors, and GHI, who will subcontract with UVW. These contractors and subcontractors will submit the following. ABC with XYZ will bid $1.5 million base bid and include $5,000 worth of bid credits from ABC and $40,000 worth of bid credits from XYZ for a total bid credit amount of $45,000, again, lowering their lowest effective bid amount to $1,455,000. DEF, who bids solely, is going to bid $1.5 million again and include 0 bid credits. So again, their lowest effective bid amount will remain the same as their base bid amount at $1.5 million. GHI with UVW will bid $1.5 million and include $15,000 worth of bid credits from GHI and $22,000 worth of bid credits from UVW for a total of $37,000 worth of bid credits, lowering their bid to be the lowest effective bid amount of $1,463,000. So again, in this scenario, we have the same thing. DEF will not be considered as they did not conclude any bid credits with their bid amount. Both ABC and GHI have the same base bid amount at 1.5 million, but ABC again has the lowest effective bid amount at $1,455,000. So ABC will be offered the contract at the $1.5 million as it was the lowest base bid amount received. And the bid credits that they use to win this bid, both their own and XYZ's, will be cashed out of their bank account if they accept the contract. Since GHI and UVW were not the lowest bidder and did not receive the bid, their bid credits will be returned to their bid credit bank accounts, respective to the amounts that they originally submitted. Contractors or subcontractors can pool their bid credits together with other contractors or subcontractors as long as they have the consent of the owner to submit their bid credits to use for a bid in which they will participate. However, bid credits cannot be bought, sold, or gifted to another contractor or subcontractor. The only way that bid credits may be transferred to another entity would be through a merger or an acquisition. So let's look at question 8. What will happen if you win or lose the bid? So again, you cannot lose your bid credits by leveraging them on a capital construction project. You can lose them if Illinois Works finds out that the bid credits were earned or used fraudulently. Bid credits ultimately accepted by awarding agency to win a bid will be subtracted from your Illinois Works bid credit bank account. Bid credits will be frozen in the contractor's account when the bid credit certificate is requested and issued to bid on a specific project. Any excess bid credits that are not used by the awarding agency to award the project will be returned to the contractor's bank account. In the event that a bid contains multiple bid credit certificates, the excess bid credits will be calculated and ultimately returned to the parties that submitted the bid credit certificates in a manner proportionally to the original contribution of each party. Bid credits that were sequestered or frozen in an account will only be unfrozen if they were not used by the awarding agency because the contractor or subcontractor did not win the bid or did not accept the bid, or if the contractor or subcontractor withdraws its bid and cancels its bid credit certificate. Bid credit certificates that expire will have their bid credits returned to their bank account within 10 business days of the certificate expiration. Please note that for all certificates that are awarded or for bids that are not accepted, an update will be requested by both the contractor and the awarding agency for the bid outcome and the amount of bid credits used and or returned to the bid credit bank account. So question 9, is this just another crazy bureaucratic program? I can see how you might ask this question as many federal and state programs come and go and are generally hard to use and navigate. Illinois Works is not another unstable bureaucratic program. It is a state law that is supported by Illinois legislator and implemented by the Office of Illinois Works at the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity. It has well-funded and was designed specifically streamlined after hearing feedback from contractors all over the state. This program has effective and efficient processes, procedures, technological tools, communication tools, and staff. The Illinois Works Big Credit team is fully operational and is a well-funded DCEO program and initiative. It also has the full support of the administration of both DCEO and the governor's office. This program is here to stay and is a unique and innovative program and is expected to be a leader nationally. So what's the catch? Well, there is no catch. You simply must hire and retain an Illinois Works graduate that is enrolled in a Department of Labor registered apprenticeship program, or if not enrolled, you can sponsor them. You can even request a graduate from us through the Career Services team. So let us review again the three key Illinois Works programs. The Illinois Works Apprenticeship Initiative creates the job demand, which is the program that opens the doors of opportunity in the construction industry and the building trades for Illinois residents. The Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship Program creates the pipeline of diverse and qualified candidates to respond to the created demand to fill job opportunities with diverse candidates. The Illinois Works Bid Credit Program creates the incentives to both hire and retain these Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship Program graduates. All of these programs together focus on helping communities and supporting the construction industry and the building trades. Ultimately, Illinois Works connects the community members who graduate with the construction and building trades through the Illinois Works Career Services team. As of December 2024, the Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship team has graduated 2,300 participants. Hundreds of these graduates are waiting for an opportunity to start a career in the construction and the trades. These graduates are trained, ready, willing, and able to begin working on job sites across the state of Illinois. So how can you get connected to an Illinois Works graduate? Well, the Illinois Works team has recently launched the Career Services team, which is designed specifically to build relationships with DOL RAPs, directly connect employers and graduates through job matching, and provide long-term transition support to the Illinois Works Pre-Apprenticeship Program graduates. The main goal of Illinois Works is to increase the number of Illinois Works pre-apprenticeship graduates gaining employment and entry into the DOL RAP of their choice. By achieving this goal, the team directly supports the goal of connecting contractors to a highly qualified talent pipeline, which allows them to earn bid credits to be used on future capital projects funded by the state of Illinois. So how can you get connected to the Illinois Works graduate? Through the Illinois Works Career Services team, they facilitate job matching. This is a highly effective team that works hard to ensure a seamless and efficient process. As a contractor, all you need to do is submit a job order through the Illinois Works employer form and specify your employment needs. Specifications may include, but not be limited to, the graduate's availability to work in a specific location, the certifications that you request, the career interests that they have, or the qualifications in which you require. This user-friendly form allows the Illinois Works Career Services team to send you a list of the Illinois Works graduates that match your job requirements. You can access the Illinois Works employer form using the link provided for you now in the chat. This job order form is also used by contractors to provide a follow-up information about the graduates in which they have screened and/or hired from the list in which they receive. So once again, let us review the job matching process. Contractors can submit job orders electronically to the Career Services team. The Career Services team then sends an electronic link to the graduates to identify ready and able graduates for the job specifics. Graduates then apply for the job within 72 hours using the provided link and submit their updated resume and contact information. The Career Services team screens the applicants, and all those that meet the contractor's requirements are forwarded to the contractor for their review and consideration. If only a small number of applicants or no applicants are received within the 72-hour window, the Career Services team will generate a list of available graduates from the graduate database for the contractor. Illinois Works only asks that the contractor update the outcome for candidates sent to them. If you are interested in connecting with the Career Services team, you can contact Mr. Victor Castillo. His email address is being provided for you now on the screen and in the chat. So once again, Here is a link for you to join the Bid Credit program. It will only take 5 minutes to fill out the form, and for those interested in joining, please open the link and we'll complete the form together. Please feel free to post any questions that you have in the chat at this time. And please note that a recording of this webinar and all past webinars are available on our Bid Credit Program Partner Guide, as well as all our current and past newsletters. So at this time, I'm going to hand it back over to Jeff to finish this up for the day.
Thank you very much, Becky. Thanks for that great presentation and walking us through the information today. Um, and I just want to take a quick look through the chat. Do we have any questions that were posted?
I have not seen any questions as of this time.
Okay, well, now is the time. If you have those questions, feel free to post them in the chat and we'll do our best to get you an answer. Otherwise, again, you can reach out to us, post that into email. We will follow up with you. But this is a live webinar. We want to make sure you get the information you need. All right. Well, I'm not seeing anything, so we're going to move ahead. With our presentation, we do always ask for feedback because we want to hear from you. And did we hit the mark as far as what you were looking for from a presentation? Get the information. So to do that, we use a tool called Mentimeter. Mentimeter is just a way of capturing questions and information feedback. So you do access us, you can go to menti.com. Go into a web browser on your phone, on your desktop where you're joining from. You can go to menti.com and then use the code 71149897. Again, that's menti.com and then 71149897 is the code to get into the presentation. And thank you, Rosalia, for posting that into chat for us today. Again, menti.com 71149897. I'm going to wait for you just a minute because we like to hear from everybody that's attending these presentations and get your feedback. So once you log in, you're going to see our first question posted that we're going to ask you to share your views on the training by rating the following statements from 1 to 10, highest with 1's the lowest, 10 is the highest. Also, the numbers may not always just appear in the right order on your menti.com. Sometimes they're shuffled. So if you would, then answer that for each of these questions. We'd appreciate it. Again, I'm waiting for those that are on to join menti.com and provide us some feedback. So let me give you just a minute to do that. All right, I'm not seeing anyone joining menti.com. Do want to wait just another minute here and give you a chance to get out there. I know you're juggling the internet and your phone maybe or the desktop. So menti.com and then 71149897. All right. Well, I am not seeing anybody joining. If you can, we'd still like you to join and give us the feedback. But again, thank you so much for joining today's webinar. We appreciated the opportunity and hope you got the information you needed. Thank you very much. Have a great day.